What's up, everybody? It's your girl, She Writes for Hollywood, aka Tralandice Hogan, coming to you with one of my very first movie reviews for my YouTube channel, and there's going to be so many more to come. So keep it locked and let's get started. So, today we will be talking about the movie Countdown. If you do not want to know what I'm talking about, please go and Google it. All of the information will pop up, and you'll also be able to watch the preview. But if you don't want to, Countdown is a movie about an app that you download onto your phone, and it tells you how little or how long you have to live. Pretty much based on the description I just gave you, there's not too much more than that, to be honest. So, first things first, let's dive into the casting. I felt like they did a really good job casting all of the actors and actresses in this movie. One of the main characters in the movie, her name is Elizabeth Lale. If you don't know her by her actual name, if you've ever seen the show You on Netflix, the character Beck in that show, that's who this is, and I love her. Maybe because I love the show You on Netflix, but there's just like some calming, just, I don't know, she was perfect for the role, but she gives off like this really calming, soft spoken vibe. And I mean, it's like every time I see her or a picture of her, that's, I just feel calm when I look at her. But anyway, she plays Quinn Harris in the movie Countdown, and I believe she did a really good job acting. And yeah, so Elizabeth Lale plays Quinn Harris in the movie, and she's one of the main characters, and I think she did a really good job. Okay, moving on to the second person in the movie, Tashina Arnold, which I was completely surprised to see her in this film because I think in the preview they did not show her. I think she did a great job, of course. I mean, she's Tashina Arnold. She's a seasoned veteran in the acting industry. And she plays like the head nurse in this film. I think it was a great little role for her. It was more of a serious role, and I just love seeing her on camera. I think it's been a while since I've personally seen Tashina Arnold in something, but yeah, she did a great job. Okay, moving on to the third person. And to be honest, I'm not going to talk about all of the actors and actresses in here because I don't know everyone's name and I haven't seen every actor and actress in this movie. Maybe it was their coming out film or something like that. So I'm just really going to talk about the ones that I know and I've heard of. Let's talk about Jordan Calloway. He plays Matt in this movie. I think he is a new actor. I think he's kind of like fresh on the scene. You can kind of tell in the film. However, he did a great job. There was a scene where Quinn had like freaked out and she kind of backed her car into another car, and there was like this cliche the cliche part where the guy's car she hit, he's mad, and so Matt comes out and all macho and like, well, I'm crazy if you want to stay around and see, and then the guy is like, ooh, and gets in his car and leaves. I mean, that's super cliche. We've all seen it in so many movies. So that was pretty much the only part that he said that I didn't like. So when I was in UCLA Extension back in LA a couple years ago, my screenwriter professor said to our class, are you ready? He said, bad TV is predictable TV. And Countdown was kind of predictable. It really was. I mean, even from the preview, you can tell, like, okay, this is about an app you install on your phone. It tells you how little or how long you have to live. And you know what? It really gave me like Final Destination vibes. I don't know if anybody else felt like that, but I was definitely getting some Final Destination vibes from this movie. So, fourth in casting, I'm going to double these two together, which is the guy that was in the phone store. I think it was called Doc's Mobile. Freaking love him. And secondly, the priest that was obsessed with demons. I really feel like that without these two characters, the movie would have really fallen flat for me. Like, I just don't know if I would have gotten through it. But those two characters, they really added a slight comedic vibe to the film. I don't know which one I like the best. I mean, I think both of them, they were so freaking hilarious. They were super funny, and I do like that they added those two characters. I don't know their names though, and you know what? I should have researched this before I started filming, but I didn't. So hey, now you see that I'm not perfect, and Unfortunately, I guess I'm not always prepared. I guess I probably shouldn't have said that on camera. But yeah, those two in the film, I mean, they were my favorite out of the entire movie. So, moving on from the cast, let's talk about the overall plot. Like I mentioned earlier, it was definitely predictable. Um, it gave me Final Destination vibes. I don't know what made me think of that, but I really did like get Final Destination vibes. As far as the backstory behind the actual app and behind the demon that's obviously attached in this film, I felt like it was pretty good. It was a story that I had never heard before. So I think they did a good job with that. Also, let's talk about how they died, okay? I felt like the writers could have been so much more creative with how they died. But on the other hand, I do like that they kept everything PG-13 because this is something my kids can watch with me. Um Personally, I mean, there's other people out there that's super strict, like, oh, it's PG-13. If you're not 13, you can't watch this. Okay, Peter. But anyways, yeah, I think the plot was okay. It was predictable. Um, few cliche parts throughout the film. Um, Probably a little bit more than a few. Um, yeah, so that's what I think about the plot. I think it could have been a lot more creative. I think it could have been a lot more creative with the way the actors were dying off. And yeah, I think just a little bit more creativity behind the main plot, and I probably would have gave it a few more points. I'm trying to make this review short and concise because I really don't want to make spoiler reviews. I want people to still be able to review the movie, watch my review, and then say, okay, I'm not sure exactly what she's talking about, so I'm still gonna go see it. I'm still gonna give it a try. But let's talk about my overall rating for this movie, and I'm always gonna do everything on a scale of 1 to 10. So for the movie overall, including casting, the acting, the plot, and things like that, I would give this, as a screenwriter, I would give this movie a solid 5 out of 10. Just because, like I said, I felt like they could have been a little bit more creative with how the actors and actresses were dying. I felt like they should have lessened up on the some of the cliche parts. Um, and yeah, I think that's about it. Now, as an audience member, I would also give this a solid 6.5 or a 7. Just because when, the typical people, just the typical audience member who goes to see these movies, they don't look for the type of things screenwriters, producers, directors, and things like that look for while they're watching a movie. Like if you're a screenwriter or a director, you're sitting there the whole time analyzing the entire movie. All right, you guys. So thank you so much for joining me for my very first movie review on my YouTube channel. Oh my gosh, sometimes I feel like I really cannot talk. I hate when that happens. But anyway, please subscribe to my channels. I need all the subscribers I can get, okay? Okay? And just to let you guys know, I'm always going to look different. My background may be different. Hell, sometimes I may be making a video while I'm breastfeeding my child. Which, speaking of, I said I was going to stop breastfeeding her on January 1st. And here it is, January 11th. I'm telling you, I got to do better. I got to do better with doing what I say I'm going to do. Yeah, I gotta do that. But anyway, like I said, thank you guys for joining me for this short, quick, and concise movie review that I don't think is a spoiler alert review. Do you think this was a spoiler? I don't, because I didn't tell y'all shit about what really happens, okay? So don't be saying nothing like that in the comments. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep hitting my tripod, and that's when it kind of get the little wiggling stuff, okay? I ain't perfect now. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to figure out where the hell I put that button because I watch other YouTube videos and they're like, hit the subscribe button right here. And I'm like, how the fuck do I put that in my video? So I'm going to get off this camera. I'm going to work on editing this video. And by the time you see it, hopefully it'll be all nice and put together. And yeah, and I'll be able to figure out how to add that subscribe button. So anyways, follow me on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram at She Writes for Hollywood, because I have a lot in store for this channel. Y'all gotta follow me before I get rich now. Because you never know, I may start charging folks. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Have a good night, guys. Bye.